Hey everybody, Namo here. So I put a poll on Twitter and I put another poll in my collector's chat to see who I should go with first for reviewing. I put 3 of my favorites, and the one bot I consider to be the worst in my collection. And y'all voted for the one I considered to be the worst in my collection. Now, he's not the worst Transformer ever made. I don't like him as much as I do the rest of my collection. So, Thrilling 30, Blitzwing. And he's not actually a bad figure. For his time, he was pretty good. His design is good. His transformation has a lot that it lacks. My biggest gripe are these shoulders. They don't tab in. And I know there's multiple videos. See, like a push, and but then it comes right back. I know there's multiple videos talking about the fixes for it and how to get it to work right, but seriously, he takes up room on my shelf. Just kind of sits there. So I'd never get him down and ever transform him. So I had to transform him for this video. But hey, if we're gonna do our first one with the one I consider the worst, that way it's out of the way, then we'll just keep trucking along from here. It only gets better, right? So, issues with the shoulder. I also have, let's see if you can see it. I don't know if you can. You kind of see the paint rubbing on top of his head just because of how he transforms. I got this guy off eBay because I got Springer and Sandstorm. Okay, there. That's the quickest I've been able to get that thing latched in and his head down. So we're going to keep it like that so I can do the transformations a lot easier. But I got Springer, Thrilling 30 Springer. Still such a good figure. Still considered to be the best one. Of course, I think it's kind of a tie between him and Siege. So it's kind of your preference. And then we have Sandstorm. Oof. Really wish they would take the Siege Springer mold and do something and give him modernized, because he's so good. So I had them, right? And found out they're not the only triple changers in the Thrilling 30 line. And I got Titan's Return Blitzwing. Got him from a friend, buddy in the collector's chat. Got a pretty good sweet deal on him, and this guy's been pretty good to me. I mean, this little gun was missing, and he packed up and moved to California, found the gun while packing, and just mailed it to me. Showed up in my mailbox one day, and that was awesome. So if you're watching this, thank you again. That was awesome. But I had those 3 figures. Found out there was a Blitzwing with the Thrilling 30. And my plan was, let's get this guy. Let's try and track down a G1 of him, and we'll do an evolution. Talked about doing a similar thing like that with Jetfire when I was doing my unboxings. And so I bought Blitzwing. And then I looked up his transformations. He looks good in robot mode. I'll say that. He does look good in robot mode. I don't really like his other modes. That's why I don't change him. He sits on a shelf. Honestly, he sits right behind Titan's Return Blitzwing, and he doesn't move. So we're going to get into transforming him so I can show you all the modes. But right now, this is his best mode. Of course, remember I put this down for ease of transformation, because earlier I spent like 10 minutes just trying to get this piece, because it's that rubbery plastic and you got to slide it under the, you know, cockpit right there and tab it in, and keeping his head pushed down, and that's where the paint's rubbing off. He's been transformed so many times, the paint's rubbing off top of his head, you know, a lot like me, but it happens. So let's get into his transformation so I can show you. Just, I don't really care for him, but let's get into him. We'll start with the best of his alt modes, which isn't really saying much, and let's go into his jet form. Alright, so here he is in jet mode, and like I said, it's not that bad. It takes a little bit to get this clipped in back here properly. These, you know, his legs, it's funny because they didn't like clipping in earlier. Now they're solid. I couldn't get them to stay multiple times earlier today. Solid as rock right now, and so it's gonna try and prove me a liar, but it's not gonna happen. So I don't like his little feet right here as the thrusters. I mean, I know they do that with the Siege, but mine's really floppy, and I mean, from the side it just looks doofy. I do like how they tried to do, like, you know, the Jetfire attack mode kind of thing with his arms. Put him up here, you know, the Robotech, you know, you can flip his gun around. You're supposed to. There it goes. So he has battle mode. No, I think it's supposed to be like this. No, I don't. It's not for me. So, like I said, it's not that bad of a mode, really. For the time, this is probably the best, you know, plane mode you could get out of this. Which, again, it's not bad. Really not. But it's too hollow. There's not enough. I mean, there's nothing there. Like I said, these earlier were just popping out and not wanting to do anything. Like, see, that doesn't ever tab in. There's a tab right here where my finger is. You're probably not going to be able to see it very well. And it's supposed to go right in, and it doesn't. But it's not that bad of a plane mode. I kind of enjoy it. There's some gripes to it, but let's get into his next mode and we'll deal with that. So here's tank mode. From this angle, it's not that bad. Looks like a tank. This angle, not that bad. Looks like a tank. What the heck is this? Look at all the space. Now, I think officially these feet are supposed to be up like this, and these tail fins on his ankles are supposed to be like that. But it leaves so much room. And I believe it was Poe that I watched a video of where he turned the feet this way and put those ankle fins like this. It fills in a gap, but only when you're looking at it from the bottom or the top. You know, if you're looking at it from the back, you can see right through it. And of course you can see the nose of the plane. They have a rotating tank, or a tank turret, which is great. It's, you know, I kind of wish it was right here instead of up here, because, you know, that turn them this way, it gets a little better, but not by much. You know, it's kind of like a futuristic tank, sci-fi tank, something, I don't know. Looks kind of cool, but overall this is the weakest mode, and it's really because of all that and all that. Just, I like that they took the hands and made it the side of the turret, but something is messed up with him. Like, there's something wrong with one of his legs. It's constantly cocked the wrong way. One of his shoulders is constantly cocked, which I don't know if you can see it. It's not exactly lined up. This one's lower than that one, and I can't fix that. You know, they're stationary. I can't. There's nothing I can do about it. But I think that's just the figure. Just this figure. I don't know if it'd be for y'all's, but it is. That's not satisfying. It's a neat concept. Loaded up, friction shot, you know, neat concept. I mean, they were all doing friction guns, like with, you know, Springer. That's a friction shot. You push this trigger forward, and these little balls, but again, there's no power to it. I mean, so this is really, unless you want to do the ugly attack mode that I showed you in plane mode, this is really the only mode you got for actually firing the missile and, you know, having a, because it's basically useless in robot mode. But it's so weak. It's neat. It's actually a neat idea, a neat concept. It's so weak. But the transformation for the legs, I love it. I absolutely love it. Just let's get them loose. See, every other time they've been loose, but I turn the camera on, they decide they want to, you know, stay in and work right. So let's get this popped off. So you've got, let's turn around where you guys can see it. You've got the wing for plane mode. You got the treads for tank mode. The treads just fold in half and fold down into his leg, and then you push everything in all nice and neat, and then you've got enough room for this to kind of pop out a little bit and make a neat little fin. And I like that. That's good. The arms, you know, the arms are kind of neat with the way they fold around, flip around, and fit onto plane mode and tank mode. The shoulders, because of how they do that, suffer. The shoulders suffer badly. And man, I wish I could really say great things about this figure. I really hate that time was not good to him. And all the engineering they've done lately just, it kind of hurts it, you know? It's, I was really hoping this figure was going to be awesome, because, you know, Springer and Sandstorm were awesome. So why can't this guy be awesome? It kills me. Blitzwing was one of my favorite characters growing up. I still want to get his G1 just to be able to do the, you know, evolution. And as far as I know, that would be the only one I'm really missing, I think. I don't think there's any other. If there's any other Triple Changer official Hasbro, you know, releases that I don't know about, you know, there probably is. Let me know in the comments, because I'm going to need to look into it. And yes, I am an official fan. I don't really go for the third parties, and I know I had SND Primo Ex Mortis as one of my options in the poll for reviewing for the first time. But it's still a Hasbro Combiner War. I keep wanting to say Power Core. It's Battle Core, I think. Battle Core Optimus, the White Optimus. It's the White Optimus with a third-party upgrade kit. It turns him into Nova Prime. So I don't really consider him a third-party toy or third-party figure. It's just a official release with a third-party upgrade kit. So I want, you know, I stay with mainline, not mainline, I stay with official Hasbro or Takara releases. If there's a Triple Changer Blitzwing other than G1, Thrilling 30, and Titan's Return that I don't know about, tell me down below. Tell me in the comments. I'll give it a look. You know, I might even finish up here and give it a Google search. But so that's been Thrilling 30 Blitzwing. Oh, I forgot. He does have a sword and this itty bitty blaster. Still a better gun than this one, but this one's so much better as a figure. But thanks for letting me vent on my worst figure of my collection. He's really not a bad figure. It's just he's not as good as the rest of them. And especially once you factor in his shoulders, how some of the things are loose, the paint rubbing off of his helmet, and you can even see it's where it's rubbing off inside the nose cone. And then you compare him to, you know, friggin' Springer and Sandstorm. It's no contest, you know. It kind of turned me off of the Thrilling 30 Triple Changers. I'm still probably looking to Whirl, because I've heard Whirl is pretty good, and of course we haven't had a release of him since then. I definitely am not going in on Double Dealer, because he's a repaint of him. And no, I like Double Dealer too much. I've already got a review of him, an unboxing review of him, so you already know I like him. So we're not going to ruin him with a Thrilling 30 version of him. But thanks for watching. This is my first official review without actually unboxing somebody, so I feel like it went well. So now that I've got him out of the way, I think I can safely go ahead and start making a list of who I want to do. And because of my 4 results, or my 4 options on the poll, and there was a couple others, you know, okay, so 3 out of those 4 actually got some good votes, so they might be next in line. We'll see. I can't say that I'm gonna make this a weekly thing, or even guarantee that it's a monthly thing. But I'm going to be trying to get some of these reviews out for sure. So I've still got a buddy of mine did a 3D printed upgrade kit for Earthrise Optimus Prime. It's all for his trailer. Bits that go on the outside, bits that go on the inside. I'm really excited to see it. He's had it for a little bit. Haven't been able to pick it up from him. He hasn't been able to drop it off. You know, like life goes on, and we're in the middle of a pandemic. So it was a free blueprint, and I sent him the link. He went ahead and did it. He even painted it. Him and another local guy have a like a D&D miniature painting business. They do the sets, they do the figures, they do, you know, they're great at doing the painting and stuff. So he printed it off, he painted it up. It's ready for me to get and put together. So once I get him, I'll probably do a build video where I put it onto the trailer, and then I might even just go ahead and review, you know, the best mainline Optimus Prime, in my opinion, ever made. So hopefully that's soon. Hopefully that's next. Still got some more video game videos to cut up and make best ofs, and then, you know, I've been able to jump on with some of my buddies recently. I'm going to try and play with them, play some more games with them a little bit more, capture some more videos, and start, you know, putting out new ones of those. I also got a vlog series now, and I'll be putting one out here in the next few days because I have a few more projects that I've been throwing around that I want to try and get done, but I want to get them off my chest first, just so that I can, you know, put it out into open air and see what comes, see what sounds good. But yeah, I enjoyed making that vlog, and I'm gonna keep doing it. It's kind of like a therapy session, sitting, talking in front of the camera, letting people, you know, listen for what they want. So kind of what I'm doing now, wasting time. So let's yeah, that's all I've got going on. I plugged it in my last video. I'm also a co-host of a wrestling talk show on YouTube as well. Follow my Twitter, you can find it. If you're a fan of wrestling, fan of AEW, we'll definitely give it a look. So yeah, it's been fun. Hate that he's the worst figure in my collection, but hey, we ripped off the band-aid. All we can go from here is up. So until next time, we'll see you.